Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an advanced Dungeons and Dragons advice video. I'm titling this one, Details Matter. Before I get into this though, if you enjoy my content, it would really help me out if you could hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my content, and post a comment or two. Remember, I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Friends can still disagree. And check me out over on Rumble for my political commentary and weekly current events. If you enjoy a good book, check out my author page over on Amazon.com. My pen name is H.L. Anderson. You can find all of my books there. And again, if the quirky weird is your forte, buddy, check out my author page. You're going to find a lot of that over there. All right, here we go. As a dungeon master, one of the most irritating things a player can do is ignore obvious clues which I have given them. When a player character enters a room, for example, and I describe the room in detail, most players will pay attention. Then there are those who ignore all of that and immediately ask, is there treasure? Those are the players whose characters usually don't last very long. If you're verbally describing something and a player misses a detail or two, I can forgive that. That's common. It's called humanity. The audio sometimes get confused in your brain as your brain tries to process the information carefully and you miss the next detail. It happens. It happens to me all the time. What I really get annoyed with, but that's where you ask questions, by the way. What I really get annoyed with is when I write down information and for whatever reason they just ignore huge swaths of that information. I was running a game about 30 years ago. I had a player that was just about the most annoying person I'd ever met. This guy was about to get his master's degree in education, and he either could not or would not process written information. I wrote, as part of the campaign, a note from a non-player character to the group, detailing a secret way into the castle so that they could help to steal a specific item which could be used to save the kingdom. This player, I'll call him Joe, was the one who got the note. It just happened to be him. I watched him read the note. He put it in his notebook and, I guess, forgot all about it. On the way into the castle, the player characters ran into traps, guards, and barriers, distractions, on and on and on and on and on. The note contained a way to avoid all of that, but Joe never mentioned it. He never told anyone about it. 4 of the 7 player characters died getting into the castle, and it was completely unnecessary. On the way out with the item, they ran into the non-player character who had sent the note. She asked Joe why they hadn't used the information she'd sent in the note, and his reply was, "What? What note?" I shit you not, that's what he said. Again, this guy was about to get his master's degree in education. Anytime a dungeon master, a game master, a mission director, whatever, anytime the guy running the game gives you a note, the information on that note is important. You can bet the kingdom on it. Do not ignore it or forget about it. Read it, reread it. Think about each and every sentence. Reread it again. And then relate it to every other player character you can as soon as you can in the game. That way everybody knows about it. This guy, Joe, four player characters died because he just forgot about the note. He didn't say a word about it to anyone. And I was at that point, the players were like, "Well, I don't understand. Why didn't you say something, Lynn?" I can't. I'm just the dungeon master. I can't tell you anything. I gave you information. It's not my fault he didn't pass it along. And it's like that. I've been playing tabletop role-playing games for 50 years come April. And I have lost count of the number of times things like this have happened. Just remember, guys and gals, if the guy running the game gives you information, I don't care if it's in a note or says something or provides a detail, pay attention because it's all important. He wouldn't say it if it wasn't important, even if it's just to confuse you. But pay attention because there's details in there that matter. Okay? That's all there is to it. Anybody else has any more information? Any other stories like that, or any, and maybe maybe you could word it better. I don't know. Stick that in the comments. I hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all.